Robin.
Gonna get right back to the Wiener gate.
Wiener gate.
Have they called it something gate yet? Twitter gate?
Sure.
Oh, they have? Oh, they're going with Wiener gate?
Wiener gate.
So you got this rep here in the New York area. He's had a little juice lately. He seems to be moving up a little bit in the political world. And
is he a moralizer? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Like we were just talking in the break about Spitzer, how he got busted, but he was a guy who was a moralizer.
I don't think so. Not like a Spitzer, anyway. Spitzer was really over the top with that shit.
Yeah,
and then,
whoopsie.
I'm always happier when they get in trouble.
But you know what?
Oh,
a little time goes by, now he's a TV star.
Yeah.
And people respect him again.
I bet you he'll run again.
Of course he will. So the Wiener possibly sent a photo to a young lad that has...
Lassie.
A lassie.
A lad would have been really good.
That would have been hot.
That is extremely ample above. And kind of cute. Little college co-ed of his wiener in boxer shorts.
Yeah, it was kind of plumped up.
Of course, he's denying it. Jimmy is thinking maybe he meant that as a DM, direct message.
I do.
But the thing is, he's
tweeted
not
by
denying it. That's just
You're right, he's not.
He's not really going out and denying
I'm sorry,
it.
you're right.
At first, he said he was hacked. His account was hacked, and it's somebody put a picture up there or something. But now, whenever he's asked, he's not denying it, and it's come out that he's following a bunch of other young girls and some of them porn stars on Twitter. And, it's starting to look like maybe that was him.
That's just stupid. If you're a politician following young girls and porn stars.
That's dumb right there.
It's stupid.
On an open forum like Twitter where you could just check and say, oh,
right.
that's who you're following?
Especially when you're in a business like being a politician where they study everything. Your haters are looking for something to get you on.
Yeah, somebody that wants your job is just looking for fuel.
It's just a dummy that like anyone else out there, obsessed with Twitter followers and the whole social networking.
Yep.
But it's going to sink him, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's fucked. So Danny brought us some great audio, and this is part 2 of it. We decided, no, we need more.
Yeah, we need
Danny
more of
gave
this
us
guy.
a fine sample of it, but...
He was having a press conference.
Yep.
I guess he wanted to talk about, all things political, the budget, things like that. And the press wouldn't leave him alone. They're asking him, hey, was this you? Did you send this tweet to this girl? And he's not answering the fucking question.
He's making me hate his guts.
Yes.
And I'm starting to think he's really stupid. Because I think he thought he could skate through this and decided, wow, this attention I'm getting is pretty cool. He gets attention, yes. People are going to write that later. Yes, of course. But not this type of attention. So he's thinking... fuck, I'm going to go with this, get my face out there, and then realize, oh, boy, what a mistake.
They probably, his people probably also told him, look, you get back out there, you quell this whole thing just by business as usual.
Right.
You talk about the politics and the budget and whatever you want to talk about. And meanwhile, he just gets hammered by the press about this Twitter thing, and he won't answer the questions.
Which one of them do you think came up with the pie analogy?
Yeah.
You don't think
do
he
the
came
pie
up with that?
analogy.
He might have, and they co-signed it, but that was talked about in the back.
Oh, you know it was.
Pie, someone's throwing a pie, and I want to get on with business. You're talking about pie. That's great, Mark.
What are we going to do?
They'll eat it up like pie.
Just talk about pie the rest of the press conference? No, we'd move on to something else. Yes, let's move on from the pie to you texting fucking girls.
If someone threw a pie, we wouldn't be talking about it. However, if a representative put pie in his underpants and sent a photo to a college student, we would.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted to put his peener in some pie.
Of course he did.
Oh, some hair pie.
Some hair pie. Some cherry pie, possibly.
Yeah.
Somebody may have Twittered him a photo of me in my underpants.
Oh.
Yes, I did.
What?
I Twittered the Representative Wiener a photo of me in my underpants.
Let's all do that.
Everyone should, really.
Yeah, let's all do that.
You can't see my face, but you can just see my underpants.
In your underpants.
I just want to plump up a little bit.
And I remember you can have the picture is not. It's just they're burgundy underpants, but there's like little stains on them. With this water stains, I believe. I believe it was water and not tinkle. But I think everybody should send underpants photos.
Underpants.
Don't send anything vulgar. Just send a photo of you in
it's
your
gotta
boxers.
It's got to be just regular underpants.
Which is kind of what he did.
Yeah. You said you're not sending this. Your it's so obviously you with wet underwear. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Shit. Well, I'd love to hear the
let's
rest
do
of
it.
this
All right.
Wiener.
Here we go. Part 2 of the Wiener Gate.
As the new rule of the game. Congressman, let me just give the answer. The objective of the person who is doing the mischief is to try to distract me from what I'm doing. So for the last couple of days that has happened, I've made a decision. I'm not going to let it happen today. I'm not going to let it happen tomorrow. You're free. You're doing your job. I understand it. Just go ahead and do it, but you're going to have to do it without me every day and answer more questions about this. Today I want to talk about the debt limit vote. This debt limit vote tonight is
Congressman, why haven't you asked the police to investigate?
Let me just make a
why
point.
Why did you not ask the police to investigate
about the debt limit?
Is it because you don't want them to find out what the answer is?
Let me make a point about the debt limit. We are tonight.
Oh, my God.
45, we're going to be casting a vote on something that has monumental importance to our economy. Whether or not we have a stunt vote on something as important as the debt limit.
He's just plowing right through.
Not that important if you had time to do what you did.
I want to focus what I'm working on that. I want to focus on that because, frankly, I think my constituents want me to, and I think that...
No, your constituents want to know.
So that's what I'm going to do. You don't have to. You can continue doing whatever you want to do, but I am not going to allow this thing to dominate what I talk about.
We appreciate that. We're covering that. We're covering that story. But you understand that in the statements that you put out, you have said that you were hacked. And so it's sort of a logical question that we really wish that you would answer. Why, if you think that you were the victim of a crime,
you've got to refer to my statements. You've got to refer to my statements.
Answer the question. If they did, we would be happy to.
Look, all I can tell you is I put out statements the last couple of days responding to everyone saying this is the last question we're going to ask. And in fact, it's pretty clear that by your presence here, some people have been successful in making the conversation about something I simply choose not to participate in anymore. You can feel free to still cover it.
You would deny this, and you would answer directly.
If you can feel free to stay here and ask me again. But we have a situation where across the way is a Supreme Court that Justice Clarence Thomas, his household received over $800,000 of remuneration from people that are trying to overturn the health care law, trying to stop it. And he's refusing to recuse himself. I think that's pretty important. That's a pretty important thing that I'm going to devote my energies to, and those are the things I'm going to talk about.
He's right. Wiener's right, but
I was going to say usually the press is despicable, but I'm fucking loving them right here.
They're right in this case.
It's very rare. I love the press.
They are right. They just right
because literally he's not. It's not like he's answering it and they keep going. He literally is just not. It's a fair question. Did you send it? Mm-hmm. Yes or no?
I love that they're not.
It's a public forum,
and guaranteed, if he said no, I didn't send it, they would be like, okay, now what do you want to talk about? Mm-hmm. Like they would stop.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't follow up questions. Why didn't you call the police?
But at least he would have something like, look, I answered your question.
I'd be like, there, I answered it. Right. Now go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I don't think they would stop. I'm with Jimmy. That's when they become
maybe not.
Again,
unless he had handled it properly, because then they would say, why didn't you call the Capitol Police right away? Why did you wait? Why do you follow her on Twitter? Do you know? They would have other questions, but if he legitimately wasn't doing anything wrong,
no, it wasn't me.
They're all answerable questions. Mm-hmm. Why?
Yeah.
Look at the rest of the people I'm following. I follow men. I follow women. How come you're not focusing on the men I follow? I follow. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's no answer. My password was changed. I had to go to Twitter. They actually helped me get my original password back or my new password back. There's all these things that he would be doing if he was innocent.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any evidence? You did say that you did retain a lawyer. So what are you directing your attorney to do on your behalf? Ask for an investigation?
We aren't going to. I think the statement speaks to that. It says they are going to advise us on appropriate next steps. They're going to, no, that's not right. It doesn't say that. So I would refer you back to the statement and read it in its entirety. I appreciate. Are there any other questions?
Why are you following somebody?
That is
I love that guy. Was that one that he said? Why are you following?
Yeah, Frankie Five Angels wants to know why he's following somebody else.
Why? It's not appropriate next steps. They're going to, no, that's not right. It doesn't say that. So I would refer you back to the statement and read it in its entirety. I appreciate. Are there any other questions?
Why are you following somebody?
That is another question. Look, there are people who are going to want to try to distract from the work that I have to do.
Oh no, they're not.
There are going to be people who are going to want to have this debate, and to some degree, the people that are engaging it are zealous to do it. Why? But I don't want to. I choose to fight for the things that I care about and the things that I'm working on.
Oh my God!
I know this is how the game is played. Some people decide they want to talk about this thing for days and days. I choose not to. That's my prerogative. I'm sorry.
Can I just throw this out there though? If this is the non-story that you say this is a distraction,
I characterize it as a distraction.
Okay.
I'll leave it to you to make the decision.
If you think this is just a distraction, You're a sophisticated guy. Why not just answer the questions and then you'll be
I've been doing that for several days. Now I choose. There are people who apparently haven't read the statements. I assume that you have. Look, all I can tell you is this.
Wait, can you pause for 1 second, Danny? Do we have a copy of the statement? I would like to see what he
I would
released.
love to see what this statement is.
And if he denies it in the statement, then the press should all be just executed.
You know the problem here, right, Jimmy? He used his good boy Twitter when he should have used his naughty boy Twitter.
Oh, my.
See?
You know what? He has.
Oh.
Good boy phone and a naughty boy phone. A naughty boy phone and his good boy's phone. He used a good boy phone and a naughty boy's phone. A naughty boy's phone and his good boy's phone. If you knew how happy it made me, all the tweets I get,
Yes.
people have this song
Stuck in their head.
kicking them in the fucking head.
Yeah, it is. It's very sticky.
Well, Drew
It's a
Boogie put
very
it over the top
sticky
yesterday with what he did with it. But
Yeah, we're going to get a regular.
oh, you got a guy with he should have had a naughty boy Twitter.
He's just a. But
Well,
on
certainly
Twitter,
a naughty boy phone.
But dude, as a politician, you're following these chicks on Twitter. You're trying to private message a photo. Like, what a you dumb motherfucker! I wouldn't. If he had emailed a girl a photo, this would be much less interesting to me because that to me is tremendously private. But you're meeting her on a public forum where everyone can see it. You just didn't know what you were doing, dummy.
His perv switch went off because he wasn't even sure she was gonna like be
I need to tweet
into the
this.
photo.
I need to tweet this.
Yep. Statement. Okay.
His statement.
Yeah, I would like to know. He said, whenever you say refer to the statements, no guy, at least I don't think any guy
Refer to the
who's
statement.
telling
We
the
got
truth
you right in
says
front
that.
of us.
Refer to the
Read the statement again for us.
If your story is true and you're just denying something, then you should be angrily denying it in front of every camera, every
Right.
chance you get.
Exactly.
Because the more people, the times they ask you, the more chances you have to fucking prove that you're innocent and that you want the guy. Because he said the person making the mischief. Really, Nana? Is that how you talk?
Making the mischief.
The person who sent my cock bulge and put toilet paper in the tree.
Right.
And making the mischief.
And if you deny, that's what they're going to go with. So you get that out there even more.
He's getting ahead of the story with his asshole open.
All right, let's go back to the audio then. If we'll get the statement in.
Day 3 or day 4, they want to continue talking about something that I consider a distraction, and me making a decision on how I'm going to deal with this. And the decision that I've made is I'm not going to permit it to distract me. I'm not going to permit it to continue on for 3, 4, 5, or 6 more days. If that's unsatisfactory to you, I apologize. But I think that what people really want to talk about are things like the debt limit vote tonight, are things like the oppressive disparity between the very well-to-do in this country and people that don't have as much, or the fact that it's more and more difficult being in the middle class in this country. That's what I'm here to work on.
They're going to move on. They're going to move on. Now he's just walking away.
Wow. What an exchange.
What will Blitzer
That
have to
was Dana
say?
still with us up on Capitol Hill. Dana, I don't think the story is going to go away yet. Just to recap, has the congressman asked Capitol Hill Police or New York City Police or any local law enforcement authority or the FBI for that matter to investigate who may have gone into his Twitter account and sent out this lewd photo?
Well, as you saw there, I tried to ask that question probably more than a handful of times. He wouldn't answer, but I can tell you from talking to spokespeople for both the Capitol Police and we also talked to the FBI, the answer is no, that they are not investigating. In the case of the FBI, they explicitly said that they were not asked by Congressman Weiner to do that. Otherwise, they would. And I can just tell you that in talking to law enforcement officials familiar with the process and protocol here on Capitol Hill, if the Capitol Police is not investigating, I'm told it's because he has not asked to do that. But you saw that was the first question that I had for him because, you know, he has said that he was hacked, which, of course, is, especially when you're talking about Congress, is potentially criminal. So, you know, why not have law enforcement investigate? I should also say that the tall guy next to me was Ted Barrett, of course, our congressional producer.
I demand answers right away, Representative Weiner.
We disagree.
Answer my questions. This is Ted's pointed question emporium. Did you send photos of your penis? Did you? How big is it? Does it get cold and shrivel like mine does, Representative Weiner? You refuse to answer my questions.
Why does it always work out with the name, too?
I know, Wiener.
Wiener. It's just weird how that happens in society.
The statement, it's...
you got it?
It's just a couple of sentences.
And it's very vague, right?
It says, Anthony Weiner's Twitter was hacked. He did not send the photograph, nor does he know of the woman to whom it was sent.
You know what?
But that statement was put out before the news came out that he was following the girl.
But he doesn't know her. And you know what?
So he doesn't know her,
That
but
is
he's
a denial,
following
though.
her.
He
That
did
is a
not
denial.
send the photograph.
Yes, that is a denial.
That is a denial.
How does he not know her? He only follows a few people.
Well, I don't know. Oh, actually,
if you're following...
He's 100, 200 people, but he doesn't know her, and he did deny it in the statement.
I guess you don't have to know the person. You're right, I guess.
He did deny it.
But you're obviously following because she looks like a sexy co-ed.
I'm not saying he didn't do it, but to me, he did deny it in the statement.
That
So
might have low moral standards.
Yeah.
Or at least he was hoping. Yeah, it is a denial, though. You're right.
That is a denial.
Complete.
And now he seems to be. Why doesn't he just reiterate then? Whenever they ask him, and he says, "Refer to my statement," you could say that seems a little evasive. He could say, "My statement said that I was hacked. I didn't send the photograph, and I don't know the woman that it was sent to. So what more do you want from me?" There. What more do you want? I think this goes a little deeper.
We're going to get to the bottom of this.
We certainly are. We love a good scandal.
Let's go to Andy in Cleveland.
Oh, look at the little
Andy
leopards or whatever they are.
Morning,
Adorable.
boys.
Morning. Yeah, I think they're leopards.
I was just thinking, he needs a good boy tweet and a naughty boy tweet. Now he's going to lose his congressional seat.
Oh.
He's asking questions. He's feeling the heat. He needs a good boy tweet and a naughty boy tweet.
Oh,
he has a good boy Twitter and a naughty boy Twitter, a naughty boy Twitter and a good boy Twitter.
Naughty.
Naughty.
But okay.
Very good. Good song, brother.
Yes, very naughty. I don't know. If you're in politics, you shouldn't even have Twitter, Facebook, nothing. And if you do, it should be run by like your staff with just political stuff on it. You can't have porn chicks. You can't be fucking tweeting your dick. You can't do any of that shit. You chose a job where you can't do that.
And
on the other hand,
hold on, you can't follow someone where they would go, "Why are you following that person?"
Right.
There should be no doubt that it's like, I follow Hillary Clinton, Obama.
Exactly, that's what it would be.
I don't know, Jon Stewart, because we used to be roommates.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Now, us, on the other hand, we could follow any despicable creature we want, yet we probably can't run for public office.
See how that works?
See?
But we know that
see?
going into it.
Yes! Making science sexy. A science festival. That's
English, maybe. That's right. Well, Brian, this is interesting because we talk so much about how people should be whatever they want to be and whatever they're good at. But the reality is, if you want to be employed for a long time, there are certainly certain professions in the science, technologies.
Making science sexy.
Why is Alan Alda?
Yeah, exactly. What his kid should be. You said they should be anything they want to be.
You've got to do what you're passionate about. That's number one.
Why are they not letting him talk?
We can get kids
the biggest
to be
star
passionate
on the
about
fucking
science if we teach it in a different way. If we show them that science is a dramatic story of adventure,
Quiet,
not
ugly. You look like
memorizing
fucking
facts
Bill
and
Maher, but
figures
then
that
again, you don't.
Let Hawkeye talk.
Yeah, where's Hawkeye? I want to know about the bodies. You son of a bitch. I want to see him yell at Mako.
I want to see him yell, "Don't let the bastards win."
So that's the fascinating part. You guys are sort of merging art and science in a way that gets people interested. In fact, you wrote this play all about Marie Curie, and that's going to be read tonight as well.
Yeah. Wow.
Stop talking,
is it a way
lady.
to get people who might normally be frightened or feel that math and science are very technical, not so exciting things?
Yeah, I think it is, but it's something else too. Science is a great detective story. There's something very exciting about watching people use their brains to figure out this incredible problem. That what is this stuff? How do we make this save lives? You know, all the problems that we face that are solved by science. That's a great detective story. Just understanding the universe better. Well, the Marie Curie story that I wrote this play about called
play about Madame
tonight,
Curie.
when those people go
Marie
there,
Curie.
they're going to have a human experience of
She
science.
worked with radioactive
empathize with Marie,
materials.
who had an amazing, tumultuous.
I like to go and heckle.
She wound up dying from it, too.
Bullshit Petri dish! Boo! Radiation! Boo! Yeah, E equals MC squared, my balls! Boo! Science is for queers!
Shut up! Yes, yes.
I really wish I had the fucking moral turpitude to go and give science heckles. Boo! Space-time!
Oh.
You're wasting my space-time!
Well, let's see. Wiener, we have this just coming in here. Wiener is a supporter of net neutrality, which is a policy that would give the FCC power to regulate the internet.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Fucking typical fucking liberal.
Piece of shit.
God almighty.
More regulation.
Net neutrality. Let me ask one question. Is that about content or is that about bandwidth?
It's more, it's kind of more about bandwidth.
It's not about like certain offensive websites being taken down, right?
Not to my knowledge. It's there's so
Seems
much
a little gray there.
Yeah, it is because when you start reading about it, it just kind of spurts off.
It's probably a means to that end.
Maybe you're right.
It's probably a way to get in there a little bit.
Yeah, the FCC.
A way to get in and take a little look.
Yeah, you're right.
Take a little look.
So way to get their eyes on the problem.
That's
yeah. There's something going on.
It would be content also.
Content.
It would be content.
Fucking hate
yourself.
This is where the Democrats lose me. Will you stop it? That's what the conservative Republicans do. You fucking assholes. I'm screaming. I apologize.
Well, no, it's okay.
But that's what I hate about the conservative Republicans.
Yeah.
It's that fucking minding my business. Can the Democrats, you're supposed to be different. You're supposed to be liberal.
Democrats love getting more government in your ass. They love it.
Love things in my ass. Especially fingers and small penis-shaped objects. No penises, though, because that'd make me a queer. I've only had them pressed against the pink budding nub of my asshole. I've never taken one in the asshole.
Wow, we don't remember asking you.
Oh, no, I was just saying.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of being homophobic, but then I just go, ow, 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 ow. Sometimes Kenny has to knock on my hotel door. Are you okay in there?
What are you doing?
I'm like, yeah, why? Because you were going, ow, 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 ow. Sorry.
You can't have things in your ass like
No.
that.
No, not at
Especially
all.
if you're yelling, ow, ow, ow.
Exactly. Two ebony hands on your hips.
Yes.
Straightening you right out.
We're going to break. Get Otto in here from Otto and George next.
Otto's here.
He's here. So let's get him in and we'll continue. About what? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, way-ho. I say boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, way-ho. Hey-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Now everybody say, way-ho. Hey-oh.
Gregorio! Antonio!
Amy.